Hamilton Mayor Andrea Horwath joins us this morning. There is a lot going on in the city right now, so let's get right to it. Starting off with that tragic shooting on Friday evening, right in the downtown core. Right in the downtown core, and of course we've seen too many shootings across our whole city, but this one right at the corner of King and James, art crawl evening. It was an awful situation. A woman lost her life, innocent bystander from the Ghana community. She's an immigrant from Ghana. And I just want to say thank you to the police, frankly. I mean, they've gotten on this right away. They now have a suspect, a 17-year-old, apparently with a criminal history. It's something that should never be happening. We have too many guns on our streets, but we have a community that's reeling from the gun crime that's been happening and the violence that's been happening. So all I can say is to Hamiltonians, I feel the same way as you do. This is unacceptable. It's something that we have to continue to be on top of, and I'm grateful to the police for being on top of it. The old adage still exists, right? If you see something, say something. If you see somebody with a weapon, if you see some kind of violence brewing, call 911, get a hold of the police. Is the city doing anything? Can the city do anything to work with police on preventing this kind of thing? Well, I mean, we work really hard to make sure that there's programming in community to, particularly for young people, to divert young people into more positive activities. But we've seen some challenges in that regard too in the East End, which is really problematic. We're doing our part. We see this increase in gun violence and shootings across the country. It goes with the other crises, the opioid crisis, right? The poison drug supply. It's the increasing homelessness, and I'm not saying that this person falls into that category, but we certainly do have a lot of challenges that we will work together with all orders of government to address. Okay, we talked about housing. There's a big development on the weekend in a part of the city that for a lot of years, Jamesville. Mm-hmm. So what was public housing in Jamesville, and it's sat empty while all of these people are living in tents. You've got some movement here. Yes, and I'm glad we're able to talk about it. It's tragedy, right? It's tragedy. We have these units that were housing families. 2015, a decision was made to start moving them out. The last families moved out in 2019. 6 years later, we finally have gotten some light at the end of the tunnel. It's called a Ministerial Zoning Order. What it does is it basically creates the unappealable decision around that housing being built, because right now it's been back and forth at the Ontario Land Tribunal, appeals from CN, as folks might know, but should this continue to the end, which I think it will in a positive way, it will end up with shovels in the ground and that housing finally being built. This is the biggest movement we've had in regards to getting this housing built, and I'm proud of it. I've worked on it since the day I got elected. I knew right away that had to be one of my several priorities, so it's now it's a process, right? Everything it's being posted on something called the Environmental Registry of Ontario, ERO. So Hamiltonians, if you're interested in telling the government how important this housing is, go onto the ERO. It's there for public comment. And all the support we can get for it, the better. Is there a link on the city's website for this? Because all my socials have the links. All of my socials have the links, yeah. Okay, this is where people should be wanting an MZO. We want an MZO in this situation, exactly. We absolutely do. This is what they're made for, actually. This is the purpose of MZOs historically, is to unstick these projects that have gotten stuck because of appeals and other challenges. Okay, we've got some big movement at Parkdale and Main today that is like the first kind of big push pre-LRT. Yeah, and I'm excited about that too. That's another project that I've been working really hard on to try to get that. It's called early works, but so the early works can't happen. The project itself can't get underway with a lot of preparatory work being done by the city, and it's all part of the contract. So people don't need to worry about how much is this costing the city. This is all built in to the cost that's being shared between the federal and provincial government.
again, none of the capital is coming out of the city budget, but a lot of our capital works are being covered by this project. So it's got a number of benefits. Yes, the transit, but also the infrastructure. And so this is one of those moments where it's an inflection. It's an inflection in time that's really indicating finally that this LRT is being built.
Okay, and it's closed. That area is closed right now for the next couple of days because of some water main work that's being done.
That's
but
right.
Again, the infrastructure work needs to go in before the line can go on top.
That's right. And we have very old infrastructure in a very old city.
Okay, all right. Want to talk about Paul McCartney? We got about 20 seconds left. Yes.
Yes, TD Coliseum, November 21st, a bit earlier than they thought. And again, this was a project that was stuck. And we worked really hard through the mayor's office to get this negotiation happening. And the deal got done. And now we have not only Paul McCartney, only 2 places that he's coming in his tour.
In Canada,
Montreal and Hamilton. Andrea Bocelli, the only Canadian show, or the only Canadian tour stop. It's really, really exciting. We got Matty Madison with his new restaurant there. The Coliseum will blow your mind. Really, it is so different than what it was before. So I just hope Hamiltonians and people all over the region come and spend some time in our downtown. There's lots of great things going on. Next time we'll talk about the airport.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay, so we'll get the link up to your socials and the city's website at chch.com/live.